Hello everybody, I'm Chris from howto.com. I'm a big fan of the Ranish Partition Manager. But is Ranish still valid today? No for GPT disks. You'll have a disaster if you try it. Still yes for MBR disks. Also when used together with GPT disks. The two features I especially like are to move the boot flag on the go, not having to boot Linux or Windows to move the boot flag, and to direct access the partition table of the host, but please use with discretion. This makes Ranish particularly interesting to use for multi-boot USB flash drives, which are larger and faster than ever. Here is the default boot sequence. Ubuntu boot menu, Windows boot manager. I had some issues after installing the Windows 10 anniversary update, so I have gone back to Windows 7 as default. Not the sign of Ranish, as BIOS is set to UEFI only. Reboot. Resetting BIOS from UEFI only to UEFI and legacy mode. F10 to save. Reboot. I have 3 hard disks. Hitachi 1 TB, MBR disk, Maxtor 0.5 TB, MBR disk, and Seagate 2 TB, GPT disk. Choose Maxtor and enter. Ranish boot menu. Here one can move the boot flag and tap enter to boot. We'll instead tap 0 to enter the Ranish Partition Manager. Maxtor here, old 0.5 TB MBR disk with 2 active partitions, Windows 7 and the test partition. Here are 3 more, not exactly hidden partitions, as they don't have a partition number, but remembered by Ranish. Can be activated by entering a number to boot straight away. Tap F5 for the next disk. Hitachi 1 TB, MBR disk, very similar setup with 2 active partitions and 2 remembered. Tap F5 for the next disk, the Seagate GPT disk. Tap F5. Don't touch with Ranish or you will have a disaster. Proceed anyway to the next disk, which is back to Maxtor. Have rebooted and added a USB flash drive, SanDisk Cruiser Edge. Enter Hitachi. Disk 4 is a USB drive. Tap 0 for the Partition Manager. Tap F5, F5 again. Here is the 64 GB USB flash drive. Ultimate Boot CD, Ubuntu 16.10 and Linux Puppy. It has Ranish Boot Manager installed, which allows reading the partition table of any host with MBR disks. Escape to exit and scroll down to disk 4. Enter. It's a Windows XP type menu. I did have XP installed here, but it was too slow to keep. Grab for DOS menu. We'll reboot instead. Have replaced with another USB flash drive, SanDisk Extreme, which does not have Ranish installed. Ubuntu boot menu on partition 3. 4 partitions. Choose Windows 10. OK, reboot. Rebooting and entering Maxtor to get to the Ranish Partition Manager. Hitachi, Seagate, and here is the SanDisk Extreme flash drive. There is something wrong with partition 1, which is Windows 10. Its file system is NTFS, not FAT32. Escape to exit without saving. If you do save, this will ruin the ability to boot Windows 10. All my flash drives do work with Ranish, except this last one. Conflict with the MBR of Windows 10? But they do work together on the Hitachi MBR disk. I don't know, but if you do, please inform me. That's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.